Okay, so I've been promising to do this for quite a while. I'm going to clean the windshield real quick. I'm going to move this down a little bit, like right about there. Hopefully that stays in focus. Maybe a little bit up. Yeah, right about there. All right, turn on the air conditioning. Still see some Christmas lights. They're taking them down. So what am I doing? Well, I've been promising a 410. And I'm going to go this way. And you see, they don't have everything lit up. This is at f2.8. So I'm looking at flaring. I could increase it to like f4 or something like that. But I thought I'd try it. It's at f2.8. That's what the 45 megapixel. I thought it went to a 4 or f2. No, it's an f2.8. Okay. Sorry about that. So I take I-35, and I'll show you on the way there, and then I am going to, see, that's kind of bright right there. And I may have to move it to the right. Yeah, something like that, but yeah, it's right there. I might move it a little bit to the left. And leave it right there. So now it's straight ahead. Now I think this is wide enough to get both sides of the road. It is 45 millimeters, okay? It is 65 degrees outside. And I might just put on the outside air, turn off the air conditioning, and just run the fan. See how this goes. I'm also going to remove that, where I can see the LCD screen, the other people can't. So this is a little bit brighter than what I usually do, okay? So I'm just giving you basic stuff, what I'm doing. Okay, this is a crazy road. I don't know if it's one lane or two lanes. Probably one lane now. And you can see some beautiful lights to the right. It is supposed to get colder, not tomorrow, but tomorrow evening. So the cold weather is coming. I got the outside pipes protected. Got the little cones over them. I see some construction on the road with these upper decks. So this is 1604 from Lookout Road, and now I'm going to the access road of I-35, And then when I hit 410, I'll be taking 410 loop completely around tonight. So this is going to be a long one. We'll see how long the SD card lasts. And I thought I'd do it on, see, it doesn't look like it's in focus, does it? That's 55. So they're coming along with the construction. Weidner exit closed. Okay, so they're over there tonight. They could be doing some road work. So 410 is the inner loop around the city of San Antonio, where most of the businesses are. When I go to the south side, whatever, you're going to see kind of like the southeastern, southwestern, it's going to be sparse, all right? There are clouds, so you may not see any stars, but anyhow. And you see, I'm going 55, he's probably going 65. See, everybody's going 65. I may be the bottleneck, so I think I'll go 60. But you can see they're coming along. Might see some clouds, you might not. It looks real dark. See, these lights are off for some reason. Now I-35 goes into 410. So what I could do is make a right, which I think I will. And then I'll just come back. What? Ah, ramp closed. Uneven lane, so they are working on the pavement. This is Randolph Boulevard coming up. Once this car passes, I will get in the left lane. I was going to go southward, but I think it's easier if I just make a right, go where all the lights are, and then you can see how sparse the lights become, and then I'll end up going back home on I-35. So actually, you know, as this turnoff from I-35 to the Loop 410, this is where it begins. Now I decided to do it today on a Saturday night. And usually it's real busy on a Saturday night, but I think with after the Christmas shopping and first of the year, everything has calmed down. And it's 1 o'clock in the morning. So why are these people still up? So it's 1 o'clock about. We'll see how long it takes me to go around the completely 410 loop. I can do it. They usually give me a time. So I've already done 11 minutes. I couldn't tell you. So 410 circles around San Antonio downtown area, you know, with the skyscrapers and stuff. Riverwalk, Alamo Dome. And I figure it'd be a lot better at nighttime. I am dealing with the 45 millimeter f2.8 at f2.8. The ISO is at 6400. So you might see a lot of noise. So I do have a 256 gigs card in here for storage. It is at 4K 30. And I'm gonna have to turn on the air conditioning because my windows are starting to fog up. So as far as I know, this is still 60 miles an hour. It might be 55, I don't know. Yeah, it is 55. I think once I get close to 281, it'll become 65. And then it'll turn into 70 miles an hour, which is, I'm not used to. And you can see the construction workers for the road are going fast, and some other people. And it's still 55 miles an hour. And I'm getting 27 miles to the gallon. And I can drive for another 330 miles. I'm also testing to see if this camera overheats. There's an ambulance. There's 281. So 281 goes north and south right in the center of the city. Well, not the downtown area. It goes by the downtown area. But my mission tonight is just going on the loop at 410. So the airport's to the right. They got a lot of parking garages now. I'm hoping everything is looking good. It's not as dark as the F8. And you know what? I don't know if it's 65 now. I think it is. Let's see if Papado is still around. That's a French restaurant. They got quite a few rich restaurants around here. Okay, someone is, flat tire. So I usually get off at San Pedro or Macola. I'm going straight on. I did make a trek with 1604 loop, and I did one half, visit my stepmother and brother and sister-in-law and stuff, and then I did the second half. So this is a lot shorter. I think it took me like, was it about 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, to go around 1604. I think it'll be like 45 minutes just going on 410. Did leave the autofocusing on. Yeah. They're still cracking down on speeding. Had a great photo review where there was 105 pictures submitted to the selective imagery live stream. Jeff Neville took over from Chuck, who will be back in the saddle starting next week. And AP Studios will be like the old format where people would come in, they talk about photo related stuff or maybe other stuff. So I hope you tune in. It's on the Eastern time, it's 8 o'clock, no, I'm sorry, 9 o'clock p.m. on Saturday nights. And depending on Chuck, it may be 2 hours or 3 hours long. But he does have a time limit. And we just go with the flow. You'll have probably some rotating guests come on. So see, this is again in the area where I go and visit my sister and brother-in-law and their family. But I'm going to continue on. And I've been recording for 21 minutes. So actually I've been on I-410 for 10 minutes. I am at 422 10-bit H.265, the LGOP. I think I'm on neutral, I'm not sure. I might increase the aperture, but it's looking good now. It's a lot brighter than what you're used to. But if I see too much flaring, I will up the aperture. Or, as they say, step it down. So I'm almost at the northwest corridor of 410. And I'm going directly west right now. And you can see the upper levels done right here. They're basically from Bandera. There's Las Palapas, and they got a McDonald's across the street. But you can see they got the ramps over here. These ramps are for like SeaWorld, going to SeaWorld. So, and there's Exchange Parkway. Now I'm at the corner, and I'll be going southwest. When you start hitting around Culebra, you're on the west side. That's the road. So you can see a lot of strip malls around 410. Shopping malls, you'll see flea markets, a lot of businesses. But if you notice, the highway is pretty high. When you get on the west side and south side, it's not that high. But on the north and south side, they do have a lot of overpasses. now we'll see if I turn it off, you know, to cool down the camera. This is all a test. It never overheated with the f8 or the 26 millimeter pancake lens. It did when I put on heavier glass, because there's more glass in the primes and some zooms. So this lens is the Sigma I series for the L mount. That includes Panasonic, Sigma, and Leica. There's a couple that also joined. Let's see, what was it? Sigma, Panasonic, Leica. I wonder if Tamron joined them. Tamron's usually with Sony. Yeah, I think Ricoh might be one, which is Pentax, and there's another couple of camera manufacturers which I can't remember. So I was wrong. This is SeaWorld right here, 151, but there is a ramp you can see. So this is the west side, and I'm going southwest. But it's ready to turn. And you can see how these overpasses are pretty tall. And you can see why I kept it at 2.8. Because it's getting dark. Less doors. It's sparse over in this area. Even going on the southern part. But once I get toward Military Drive, that's a different story. And I think I'll make one video. I'm not going to break it up. That way, a lot of you guys say that my voice kind of calms you down. So you can play it, listen to it, and fall right to sleep. Get over here and stay in 410. And you can see 90 to Del Rio. Maybe what I'm thinking of with 35, it's to Laredo. That's what I'm thinking, Laredo. I misspoke on a previous video. Describing all the different highways that go through the city. So Interstate 10 is east and west. Interstate 281 is north and south. I-35 is like from Oklahoma City to Dallas to Austin to here in San Antonio, and it'll go down to Laredo. The other interstate, 37. I think it's just from San Antonio to Corpus Christi. All right. They do have a 90, which is east and west. And yeah, I think that's it. So 35, 37, 281, I-10, and then there's Interstate 90. It's like Interstate 90 is like a Route 66, where it's not actually a highway, but it's a well-traveled freeway. So what do you think? You like the colors? You like the light? This is the Panasonic S9. It's the crimson color. I'm using the Rode Wireless Go mic. They're fully charged. It'll last me through all of this. You can still see cars speeding. And all I'm going to do is just do a loop around 410 and then go back towards 1604 and home. 1604 is the outer loop, 410 is the inner loop. Here's Traders Village. I talked about this. It's about 2 exits away. There's Old Pearsall Road. I am going south. So it's kind of like, if you look at it, it's almost like a square with rounded corners, okay? The 410 loop. But when I start going north, you'll see it go right and then left, just like 281, you know, from the downtown area. Start at 1 and it's at 124. Once I hit 281 on South 410, that'll be the halfway mark. And I've been recording for 33 minutes already. Now with mirrorless cameras, the lenses are a lot closer to the sensor than the DSLRs. The DSLRs had mirrors in them, and they're quite a bigger camera. But they didn't do much video. Some did, but most of them were like 1080p. Some did 4K 30, I think was the max. Mirrorless went beyond that, but they're still behind on some cameras. But anyway, I started off with the Sony a6100. I had point and shoots and film cameras before that, but they were like the Kodak pocket style. They weren't anything professional, like the Canon 100 or AE100 program. I think I got the nomenclature right. Could be the Canon 100 AE program. I don't know. I still haven't used it. I got 400 film in there, and I got 100 film available. So you see, Laredo, 35. now you can see where it's pretty dark. So I'm heading east. When I visited my brother last time, I took this exit, Somerset, but not going to. I'll be going back to I-35 north, but I'm just staying on the loop. So 16 coming up, that's where I turned off. It wasn't at Somerset. It should be the next exit. And when they start going north, that means that I'll be on the east side of 410. You're going to see a whole bunch of warehouses. And a lot of trucks. So I'm afraid that if I go to F4 or F5, I don't think I put a limitation on the ISO. It'll go higher, then you'll see more noise. So when you're dealing with a camera at night, you gotta look at, well, you know, the shutter speed, ISO. Think about noise. If it was daytime, you want like a 100 ISO. And then a higher shutter speed, but then you have to, on video you don't, because then it may overheat. So there's a lot of things to think about on video. On camera, it's a different story. You can either put it in manual mode, and just look at the picture and say, okay, the light, the ISO needs to be higher because it's too bright, or you can bring it down to 100. Do the shutter speed, you can do the aperture. A lot of people, they just leave the ISO on auto and deal with the aperture and the shutter speed. That's the easiest way. I'm at 28 miles to the gallon, and I'm going 65 miles an hour. And now it's 70 miles an hour. Okay? Texas A&M University, exit 47. So I should be getting close to 281. Texas A&M University of San Antonio, just like University of Texas of San Antonio. That school is at north. This is in the on the south, and I think they have branches inside the downtown area. I know Texas A&M does. This is a pretty big hospital town. They got quite a few hospitals here. Methodist, Baptist, University of Texas, Metropolitan, Lutheran. Yeah, they got quite a bit. Methodist, yeah. They're building one, which is the Selma Hospital, University of Health Services. And of course, they got a couple of military hospitals. They closed Fitzsimmons Hospital in Denver, Colorado. So they got BAMC down here, which is the Army, I think. They also have Wilford Hall for the Air Force. So a lot of the burn victims come here to San Antonio. So I am going east. I've been recording for 42 minutes. And you notice that there's no stoplights on 410. 1604, there are some stoplights. And here we go. Three more miles and I'm halfway. So that's about right, 45 minutes. It's like taking a ride to my brother's place. That's how long it takes me, if I take the direct route. Now it is 70 miles an hour, but I'll leave it at 65. Guess I'm getting good gas mileage. I think it was 65 all the way to Arizona, and I was averaging about 35 miles in a gallon. I can't remember. That was a long time ago. But on my way back, I was going like 70 to 80, and it went down to about 32, I think, on the highway, which is not bad for a Lincoln MKZ made in 2017. I'm right at 68,000 miles. This used to be my parents' car, stepdad and mom, and they took real good care of it. And here we go, halfway. Right around the 45-minute mark. There we go. We just went over, I think. Now, they have a lot of oil drilling on the south side. It's pretty rich with oil. And, okay, 1 mile, all right. Yeah, it's already past the 45-minute mark, so I figure about an hour and a half. 2.5 to 3 hours for 1604, depending on how long the stoplights are and the traffic. But 410 is a lot easier. Now I'm going around the loop a little bit. Once I get to 37, then after this, yeah, you see, 37 goes to Corpus or downtown. And I'm staying on the 410 loop. There's Salado Creek. WW White Road. I'm going northeast now, right at the corner. I think 130 goes to, I'm trying to think of the town. Was it Floresville? Another town I'm thinking of, where I got my first Yorkie. Yeah, I'll probably say it. So we're heading toward the Dobie area, which is a town inside Bexar County next to San Antonio. See, there's a lot of towns that make up the San Antonio metropolitan area. So I see a lot of brand new high schools. There's Holt, pretty big with using heavy equipment for all type of construction projects. And they own the Spurs. San Antonio Spurs, that is. Now you're going to get into a lot of equipment, from trucks to farming. And I'm going straight north, so I'm on the east side. I'm done, I'll probably get 30 miles to the gallon. I could have cheated and stayed at 55, but then it would last longer. So it's still 65 degrees out tonight. The cold weather will be coming in later tonight. And it's going to plunge down to like in the 40s and 30s. But it won't freeze. So we're coming up to Interstate 10 and 90, which go east and west. Some more construction equipment, bulldozers. East Houston Street. And you can see some clouds now. They're forming. And I see a police car. It might be construction too. They're working on I-10. So they're building the upper highways right here also. And you'll start seeing them come in effect. So I think, yeah, they're even paving or working on the overpass. There's always some type of construction going on. Yep, they're blocking. Now you're going to see a lot of warehouses to the right. Some on the left. Okay, I'm going to get in this lane because I see a trailer coming on. So it's 60 miles an hour. No, that's a FedEx truck. Okay. See, 410 and 35 merged together again. So I see. Went to 50 miles an hour, but I don't see any construction. So it's Interstate 35. Right now, what I'm used to. And I'll tell you right where 410 ends. See, it is 60 miles an hour. Okay. Space Center Drive, Rittman. See, I don't know if that's construction or they pulled someone over. But as you can see, warehouses everywhere. And you can start seeing clouds. So it should be looking pretty awesome. I like it with less lights. So now, what do you think? Picture's spectacular, isn't it? There's Eisenhower. Now we're going to merge with the true 35, 37, I think. Now, if I went south instead of making a right on North 410, I would be merging in shortly up here, right after Waltham. And that would complete the 410 loop that I've been on. See, 1 3/4 mile. Yep. So I think it was 11 minutes when I finally hit 410. I have to take 11 minutes off. Yep, 1 mile. So I have it at 60 minutes. Okay. Going back at 55. So this is a construction area from 410 all the way to 1604. In fact, beyond to 3009. And here's the 410. So this will take me to the north side, okay? Where if you're going west, and this is the east side, then it'll say west, but that's actually, you would be on the north side. So right here at the 60th minute, is the 410. Now, you'll see these cars coming over here. This is from the 410 loop going on I-35 right here. And now we're back on I-35. No more 410. And Wiedner's coming up. So Weidner is 2 streets. It's on the right-hand side, it's Weidner. On the left-hand side, it's Thousand Oaks. And when I first moved here, there was hardly anything here. Boy, the city has grown. I hope it never becomes like Houston or Dallas. It's okay for a metropolitan area, but I don't like it too big. So I think it's about an hour and 15 minutes for this whole video. I'm loving the clouds. Everything looks like it's in focus. It's on that vehicle. And this is all new paved road. So I thought I'd take a trip this way before the cold weather and ice starts forming and show you a little bit of the city. And now we're getting back into my area, basically, where you can start seeing the construction of the upper level on the highway. So the main roads have been pretty well clean. I haven't seen that much trash. I haven't even seen a tire, so that's a good thing. This is all at f2.8, and this is the 45 millimeter, and I'm loving the what I'm viewing. And I'm almost at 29 miles to the gallon. So I'm not going to quite make it to 30, but still. Now, it's 55 miles an hour, but when the construction goes out, then it'll be 65. But that's about another 3.5 years to go. And I'm ready to get on 1604. A mile. So what do you think? Is it looking awesome right now? I think it is. And there you go. I'm at 29 miles to the gallon. Boy, that's one big truck. It's tall. And I'm slowing down to 45, maybe 40 miles an hour. With all this construction, I get a little worried. There you go. I want to go west. pretty good, huh? And you can see the construction right here. These are tall. Man. They're probably going to have a lot of them over here too, between 1604 and 35. Okay. Looking good. I'm hoping they didn't block off Lookout Road. Yeah. Figure an hour and 15 minutes. That's pretty good. About 15 minutes for the complete 410, by the way. Go. All right. And we're back on Lookout Road. So I hope you enjoy these car vloggings. I want to show you different parts of the city. I don't think this is rain. I think this is from the sprinkler system from the apartments, where you see it's wet. I don't know if we're going to get any wet weather with this cold weather coming with the front. And we're back to the stoplights and stuff. This is pretty quick right here. You do not see any Christmas lights up in this area. So you can see the kind of like the flaring a little bit, but no overheating. It's been recording over an hour. I think it's a winner, or it's a win-win with this lens. You don't see the hood. I like the hood because of the reflections of the lights. Gives it kind of like a cool effect, but this way you just see the road, the vehicles. And now I'm back home. And guess what, folks? 1 hour. I left about 1. It's 2:01 now. I'm going to turn that one on. Okay. So, thank you for tagging along. Remember to stay safe, keep smiling, stay warm, and yeah, there's still some Christmas lights up. Love it. So anyway, bye folks. I'll see you later.